Hey guys, so I got a 2004 Ford Escape here today, and I'm starting to see this more and more, so I decided to make a video on it since this one's a great demonstration of just how severe they can get. And I urge you to check these lines that I'm about to show you so that your family's safe, your son or daughter, if they own one, and get them looked at and inspected and fixed if need be before it becomes a major problem. Now we're up here in the driver's front wheel well at the brake caliper hose, and what they do is they start to split. Usually I'll see looks like someone put a razor blade and they go slit along the curve here. Well, this one you could see is not just slit but split. And this line gets like rock hard. I mean, it's not even flexible. And then when you're turning the wheel and everything else, these lines just flex when they're hard and brittle already, and they start to split like this. Now this one's not leaking, but you can see it's how bad it is. What happens is that inner line inside of there is relying on this outer sheathing for support. So if you get it to a point so far where it's flexing and all that, it can actually blow out. And if you look online, there's a lot of reports about it on people talking about it or whatever, but I'm giving you a visual of what to look for and check so that you can make sure your family's safe. And over here, like you'll see right here, there usually be slits, but right here obviously is the hardest angle for it, as it goes like that upon turns and all that. And it's been reported online that it's usually only the front lines, which makes sense because it's they turn more and all that stuff, whereas the rears they're just kind of stationary, where these ones have to turn and flex and up and down. But on this one, this is an 04 with only 80,000 miles on it. About the biggest split as this is on the rear of this one also. So you really need to check all four and make sure that they're not leaking already, or they're not have all these slits and cracks in them, or these big splits, because that can become an issue right away. Now this customer is actually trading the car in, so we're not going to fix it, I don't think. So I can't really do a repair video on it, but it's pretty simple as long as you know how to bleed brakes and turn a few nuts here. It's something to look for though. You don't want this blowing out when you're on the highway. Here's a good example of a rear line that is split also, and this one's really rock hard too. Now this concern isn't just exclusive to the older Escapes. I had a 07 Escape, and my fronts looked like they had the slits in them also. Well, they did have like cracks in them, and so it can affect, I would say, all of them up to 2008 when they did the redesign, May 09 when they did a full redesign. Now I also want to illustrate how these look when the car is sitting on the ground. Doesn't look so bad now. It's the same thing, the left front. So you really got to move it around and flex it to see just how bad they are. Now I had it up in the air, weight off the wheels, and the wheels pulled, so this pulled, and we could really see it nice and good. So don't just think everything's fine. I don't see no issue. You need to move the lines around. So it's best to be proactive and just check them yourself and make sure your car's safe. Otherwise, the Escapes don't have any issues with like the actual hard lines rotting out like some of the older Fords, like on the Tauruses and stuff like that, and the F-150s and Explorers. Those ones, they get rotted out and the rear line blows more often than not. Whereas the Escapes were mainly coated, so the hard lines themselves are fine. Those I've never seen any issues of corrosion or anything, and they're usually coated. So that's good to know on these also. So he has a black coating on there. It's like an epoxy PCV type coating on them, and that stuff really works. It's good stuff. So there's never no issues with those. It's just these rubber lines to keep an eye out on.